Hey there, Todd Cameron here, GP and co-founder at M3 Health. Today I'm going to chat to you about a VR GP opportunity for 2 GPs at our Spotswood clinic. We call that Hobsons Bay. Let's get to it. It can feel a little bit like medicine and specifically general practice is a bit of a car wreck at the moment. There's a lot of pressure. A lot of medical school graduates don't want to do general practice as a career, and it can feel like that means that we should all be really stressed and worried. Well, I'm going to tell you there's probably no better time than to be in general practice than now, and I'm going to walk you through why, so stay with me. This position is for a VR GP. We do have academic 19AB exemptions available if you've got a background in training, coaching, educating GPs. Let me know if that's the case. If not, we can still have a conversation, but it may not be for you, that's all. Spotswood is in the inner west of Melbourne. As you go outbound on the Westgate Bridge, look down to your left, you'll see it there, Science Works, and we have Graysland nearby, obviously by the water. Really large catchment from all of Williamstown, Newport, Kingsville, and also Altona. All right, as you can see, it's a relatively small suburb itself, but a large catchment area, around about 60,000 odd patients that are within probably 5 to 7 minutes drive from here. This little guy, bugger, has changed a lot in the last 3 years for all of the community, but particularly healthcare. Put general practice under a lot of pressure. GPs served very willingly through the pandemic, gave up a lot of themselves to the community and to the federal government, and that hasn't really been reciprocated. And so a lot of practices are starting to make sure they take control of their environment and they're not waiting for a saviour from federal government. And here's what we're doing. We've had to recently renew our values and update them slightly. And so the 3 values that we live by are, this is Rodin's Thinker. We have a growth mindset. We know that we need to undertake regular change in order to not just keep up with, but stay ahead of what expectations are from our community and our patient base. And so we're happy to do that. We recognise that having a growth mindset is also an experimental mindset. That means when you try stuff out, it doesn't always work. And we've done more than our fair share of things that don't work, and you can expect us to do more. So if you're not comfortable with trial and error for improvement's sake, then we're probably not the place for you. We are here to help. We serve GPs. We are really clear on who our customer is as the clinic. We're here to offer the facilities and admin support and all other support services just so that you can do your job, and that is our key focus. We are humble. It is all about the GP. Our job is merely to remove those obstacles, put you forward as the heroes in the community as you are. I'm a GP. I know how important that job is, and we really want to make sure that you can just do the stuff that you love, which is medicine and serving your community of patients, but the ones that you want, not just whoever walks in the door. And this opportunity is for 2 GPs and 2 GPs only. We are a mixed billing practice. I'm just going to walk you through the changes we've made more recently. You'll know that there's all sorts of cards that people have access to gain access to healthcare and often discounted services. We don't control who gives these out. Of course, the federal government does. We are privately billing all of these except pensioner concession cards and also children that are aged 5 and below. We also regularly bulk bill health assessments and all CDM item numbers, irrespective of the overarching rule for the patient. We are moving to privately billing those pensioner concession cards in the next few weeks. And they only make up around about 25% of our patient population, but within a very short period of time, it'll only be DVA patients and children aged 5 and unders. Double tiered payment, $65 for concession card holders for a level B and $89 for the normal fee. As I said, we'll be adjusting those pensioner cards. There's a lot of criteria there you can see. That's a document I made up, by the way. So we guarantee you an hourly rate. We do that because that puts the onus on you to make sure that you're busy. We have a marketing budget that will invest in you to make sure that you are up and seeing the type of patients you like at the times that suit you. So that $200 an hour is for the first 3 months that you're with us. As I said, a level B is $89 for full fee paying, $65 for concession cards. That will shortly be the case for pension cards as well. We do not bulk bill any procedures. They're all private, and on weekends, it's full private fee for everybody. Now, in terms of hours per week, you cannot work more than 32 hours consulting in our practice. We don't want to. Burnout's a real problem. We want to make sure that nobody works more than 4 days per week, and 8-hour days are probably as long as what you want to do. We won't take anybody doing less than 16 hours either. 2 days a week is useful. Less than that, not so much for your patient cohort, and it just means other people are picking up the pieces. So between 2 and 4 days per week is what we're after. Again, we want to make sure that you get the most out of your life and the most out of your practice. But you're not thinking about being at home when you're at the clinic, and you're not thinking about the clinic when you're at home. That's really important. This is what the clinic looks like. It's a purpose-built facility, 2 stories. The bottom story at the moment is in the process of being repurposed, and it's most likely going to end up with a large radiology provider, CT scan, MRI, ultrasound and X-ray on site. So that's pretty cool. Pathology's on site. We've got 16 consulting rooms. It's a large space. 12 of those are used at the moment. We aren't sharing rooms yet, but we will have to, obviously, when we get to the size that requires it. This is what it looks like, a little bit more sexy. The pharmacy that you can see, the little bit there, has moved out. That's no longer a part of the practice. This is a lovely photo of the Westgate Bridge looking westbound, just underneath the bridge there, and you can see what a lovely area we have and what we have access to in Spotswood. Just to the left of this, as you're looking, is where you would find Graysland, which has got a ton of really good food, lots of good coffees nearby. It is an awesome area. This is an invitation for you to apply for a position, and there are 2 things that I want you to do. I want you to do them in this order. Here's some of the software tools that we use. I'm not going to talk too much about this, but we use all of the latest and greatest tools to make sure that we give you the best chance of succeeding. I want to thank you for your time, and then get you to do these 2 things. Text me your name and the answer to the question in the ad copy that you saw. If you didn't see a question, just put a question mark. So just text me. This is my mobile number, so don't go sharing it anywhere that it shouldn't be shared. But just text me your full name and a question mark if you didn't see the question. But if you did see the question in one of the pieces of ad copy that I've written, then please write your answer to that in the text after your name. That would be awesome. And I want you to email me your CV. So do the text thing straight away. You can get the CV to me when you get a chance. Just make sure you email it to tcameron@m3health.com.au. And then what we will do is we will get to organising a Zoom with you. We are not taking non-VR GPs, so make sure you're a VR GP. Don't waste your time or mine. We'll get you to a Zoom call. That's about 20 minutes to half an hour. Have a good chat about what it is that you want to get out of life, and then meet you on site if that's the right thing to do. Thank you for listening. I'm looking forward to having a chat to you about the opportunity we have, and stay well.